Hello, my name is Catherine from SEB Housing, and tonight I'm going to run the lottery for the 4 affordable rental units at Taj Estates in Franklin, and I'll get the lottery underway in just a few minutes. First, just want to give you some background information. So this is a recorded session. You are probably watching it after the fact, and it's available on SEB Housing's YouTube channel. So first, just want to give you some background information that will also be emailed to all of the lottery applicants that were approved for this lottery. So everyone should have their lottery application number. That's in the form of A dot, a series of numbers. So in this case, it's between A dot 001 and A dot 003. And there's 4 total affordable rental units. We only had 3 completed applications. So there's going to be 3 households in this lottery, which is good news for anyone who applied and was approved, because obviously there's more affordable apartments than there are applicants. So there's 3 one-bedroom apartments. There was 2 applicants for those 1 bedrooms. There is 1 2-bedroom apartment, and there was 1 approved applicant. So the good news there is if you move to the next step in the process and fill out the lease application with the leasing office over at Taj Estates, and you're found to be eligible for their leasing criteria, you'll then be moved back to, you'll then be referred back to SEB Housing. And if you are found to be eligible for the affordable housing program after you submit your income, asset, and tax documentation, which you haven't submitted yet, because to get into this lottery, you had only submitted your lottery application where you self-reported your income. But if you go through those 2 steps, both with the leasing office and with SEB Housing, and you're found to be eligible, you will be moving on to reserve and lease one of these apartments, because like I said, there's only 3 applicants. So, and then the waiting list will be open to the public to, and at that point, the rest of the units will be filled by applicants who submit applications after this lottery. So when I do the lottery drawing in just a minute, I'm going to share my screen just so everyone can see it. And you're going to see that I'm just having a computer program or a website digitally generating a random order for the 3 application numbers. And that'll be instantaneous. You'll be able to see it on the screen. And the result of that drawing will allow me to create the waiting list after tonight. So there'll be a 1-bedroom waiting list, a 2-bedroom waiting list, and that's the order in which households can reserve units. So if you're the first person on the 1-bedroom waiting list, you're going to have first choice of the affordable unit. And after tonight, after this session, I'll be sending out an email to all 3 lottery applicants with more information on next steps, and a copy of the waiting list will be included there. This will be emailed to you, and you'll find your lottery application number on the waiting list, and you'll have confirmation then that you will be moving forward in the process to contact the leasing office. And your contact information will also be sent to the leasing office, so they will have that after tonight. You'll have their contact information so you can connect and move on to that lease eligibility process. So the units are scheduled to be ready for occupancy this winter. I don't have an exact date, but when you're working with the leasing office, they are working to pre-lease the unit, so there shouldn't be much of a delay at all after tonight. And then we'd like to remind everybody, excuse me, if you end up renting one of the affordable apartments, you will need to have a recertification each year. So about 3 months before your recertification date, you'll have to submit updated income, asset, and tax documentation to the leasing office. So if you sign a lease, for example, for January 1st, around this time, or maybe in October or September of next year, you would need to start gathering all of that information to confirm your eligibility for the affordable housing program. So we like to just remind everyone to maintain your records or just have easy access to it online. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to go to the website random.org so you can see the drawing actually take place. So I'm sharing my screen now, and this is a very basic looking website, random.org. I'm gonna scroll down and click List Randomizer. And as you can see here, there's just this rectangle here. I'm going to copy and paste the 3 lottery application numbers from my spreadsheet and put them into the List Randomizer function on this website. And when I click randomize, it's just going to order these numbers randomly for us. Since there's only 3, obviously there's only so many different orders that could happen. So I'm going to click randomize, and that is going to be the drawing for Taj Estates of Franklin 2. All right, so there's the order, 213, and I'm going to copy and paste that over here. And that is not the waiting list just yet, because I still need to sort the results on. We don't know if the applicant who has number A.002, we don't know if they applied for a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom at this point, but I will have those waiting lists out to the 3 applicants tonight. And the leasing office over at Taj Estates will also have a lot more information from me. And then the next step in the process, like I said, will be the lease eligibility screening with that leasing office. So once you hear from us, make sure that you contact them, and that will be the next step in the process. So you should be receiving an email from me later on tonight with the waiting list, the next steps, and that will come from the email address info@sebhousing.com. So keep an eye out for that, and if you have any questions, you can email us at that same email address. So info@sebhousing.com if you're watching this after the fact and have any questions, and we will be in touch. Have a good night.